Social media is full of content about anxious attachers and avoidant attachers. The anxious and avoidant push-pull. But what about secure attachers? Believe it or not, securely attached people, or at least people that are largely secure, not very anxious, get into relationships with dismissive avoidants too, or fearful avoidants that lean heavily dismissive. That's right. A secure person can find themselves dating or in a relationship with somebody who is dismissive avoidant. So how does that usually go? Well, it doesn't usually go all that differently from when an anxious person dates the avoidant. The secure person is going to be consistent. They're going to be affectionate. They're going to be emotionally available. They're going to want normal, healthy relationship behaviors. They're going to want to spend time together. They're going to want consistent communication. The secure person may not have the need to text all day long, but they're going to want consistency. And they're going to value quality time. And they're going to be able to be willing and wanting to be vulnerable and express their emotions. Guess what? All of that is triggering to a dismissive avoidant. Healthy relationship behaviors trigger dismissive avoidance. So, securely attached behaviors that promote intimacy, emotional and physical, behaviors that involve open communication, vulnerability, advancing commitment, communicating about conflict and disagreements, holding boundaries, all healthy, normal behaviors that a securely attached person will do, and it will trigger the DA. The DA is a person that was on the receiving end of consistent childhood emotional neglect, growing up to feel defective and unlovable, and they personalize that neglect, and they resulted with a very specific set of insecurities, fears around commitment, vulnerability, fears of rejection, fears of conflict, fear of communicating. So this is a very emotionally unavailable person that can present themselves to be as if they're emotionally available early on while the dopamine levels are high and before their insecurities get triggered. So a securely attached person can absolutely get sucked into this relationship. And no, it's not just an anxious attacher that will trigger them. Secure attachers will too. Where does it go from here? Well, it can go a couple different ways. One is with the securely attached person starting to feel more anxious as the avoidant pushes them away. And that can also result in a blindsiding discard of the securely attached person. The other way is that the secure attacher holds boundaries and is consistent with their limits, and that doesn't work for the avoidant, and the relationship ends because they held boundaries.